Okay. I accidentally wasn't recorded my video before. It was long, but I need to retake it. So before we're talking about building a functional app, maybe at first we was thinking about why startup is very fancy today, or very on the trend. Because let's say you want to start a business, F&B business, like say Pecel or uh, you want to make a restaurant. You need to have a building or rent a building, and you need uh, 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 constant variable cost, like uh, if you want to sell ayam geprek, you need to buy ayam geprek constantly, and you need to sell ayam geprek 1,000 ayam geprek to uh, reach the target. And this is the reason why people are making a startup, because startup is relatively easier than create creating uh, an a tangible business like F&B and fashion and etc. Because with by building a technology business, you just need to open and close your laptop and you are done. Technology service. But there are some exceptions in building a startup. Building a startup is not like what you think. Okay, we have a good UI UX app, and yeah, we are rich. We will be rich because our app is very good looking, or uh, yeah, and many more. There are many uh, many aspects that you might not be think at first will threatening you in building a startup. Say you need to know, for the example first, you need to know how to scale your organizational structure. For example, in well established corporate, uh, it is it is already clear about the structure. Like you have C level, you have VP, and etc. But in a startup, you need to know how to grow your business from just 1 to 3 persons to 1,000 persons. You need to know what positions that you need to prioritize. Like maybe you need to hire developer first, or marketing first, or operations first, and etc. That is the first example. The second example is you need you need to know not only just knowing technology aspects, but you need to know how the business works. A business basically is not like people was talking about, like, okay, so every business is an evil. No, no, no. Every business actually is not an evil, because um, a successful business can be a success because they can meet the customer needs. So um, it a business must know how to get a revenue, because uh, it is an indicator for uh, financial health, because uh, you you must pay your employees salaries and uh, your cost, for example, for your app development and etc. You need to pay your cost while operating your company, unless you are uh, you are broke with your company. Yeah. So I'm not I'm not going to discuss about how to make a star, because making a star is a different topic, because it will discussing about uh, many things, like the technological aspects, the business aspects, and etc. But I just I am just going to discuss about the process of making an app from idea to a real functional app. Okay, then maybe I first I open my slide. Wait, it's not floating. Okay, so it's floating now. Um, yeah, find my slide. Where's my slide? Okay, so this slide is basically was intended to uh, be to be as in as my portfolio, product management portfolio. Though it is not a 100% product management, because product management not really talking about uh, the whole process of product development. But yeah, it is you can make it as a as a simple simple example to know how is the process of making an app. Okay, so the this outline is I'm not just making this outline by my perception, but it is based on a theory. Like I'm referencing this theory from I referenced this theory from Clever Tab, and uh, the uh, the core thinking of making this outline by interaction design, which are from ideation to launch. And yeah, so it is based on theory, but I change it to make it more simple, because it is a one-man project. So yeah, this is the name of my project, Mendekat. This the slogan is dekat dengan Tuhan, dekat dengan ilmu. So it's basically a timer based not on time, but it is based on surah. So it will help people to focus on uh, their task, not on their time. And I will not specifically discuss about Menekat, because this slide has not been changed by me yet, because the last edit was 4th of April. But I will be more focused on discussing about this the outline of making an app. So uh, yeah, I call myself as a social doctor. So I claim myself as a social doctor, and we go to the next slide. So basically, making a functional app and functional business is like being a social doctor, because business and technology is um, is mutual, are mutual, because technology is the technical aspect of making something easy, and business is the conceptual aspect of easing something. Say that Gojek, for example, Gojek, the business concept is to help people transport themselves or their food and many services more. And the technological aspect is you you are not going to uh, find object manually anymore, because you can just open your app, and yeah, you got the driver. You 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 not need to find a driver like in Pangkalan, or in, yeah, in where the object you see. So the technology help the technical aspect, and the business help the conceptual aspect. And then first, the first uh, the first step of making a functional app is to get to know what is the real world disease. So we can visualize a real world disease as a broken bridge, that there is a gap between the bridge parts. When you find the when you find something and you are uncomfortable with it, and you feel like, oh, I need to solve this problem. Nah, you got the problem. So this is the real world disease. So you need you start to thinking how to fill the gap, how to uh, renovate this bridge to be a functional bridge, or uh, to help people uh, to melintas. What is the English of melintas? And then after you have known your real world disease that you want to solve, you need to know the who are the persons that uh, experience the problem or suffering the problem. So it can be called as your patient persona. So basically, a patient info, or your target consumer info is their age and their location, their occupation, their goals, and their frustrations in the problems. And after you know who are the persons that you will be targeting, you need to know the problems, or the branches of the problems that you have been seen before. You need to know. You may ask them by survey, or by conducting an interview. It is up to you. But the key point is you need to know the real problems, or the uh, each perception of uh, the persons. And then after you have known what are the problems that people are experiencing, is experiencing in the problem, you need to propose solutions to them. So it will help you to uh, give them a feedback, and they will give a feedback back. And it is is yeah, it will help you to ensure that your solution is meaningful to them. So you are not creating a solution that is useless, but it is aligned with the your target consumers problems. And after you know the proposed solutions, you can start creating a product requirements. It is not 100% product requirements document, but I adapt this theory to make it more simple. And yeah, I make a medicine for them, and I'm a social doctor because please don't expect me as a pharmacist. And then the first aspect of product requirements is goals. So what are the goals that uh, that what are the goals that you have been determined before in making a functional app to help the consumers to help the target consumers to solve their problems. And then after you have determined the goals, you need to determine the features or the products if it is super app uh, that align with the goals. And then after you have determined the goals and features, you can start making a user experience. So before make a user experience, you need to determine the business process first. Business process basically uh, a simulated thinking of a process like, say, for example, Gojek again. Um, the business process is for, like people want to transport, but there is no supported transport in at their house, and after that they have their phone online, have an internet, have has an internet, and next they access the phone, and that is the example of business process. And after you have made the business process, you can start to make the user flow. So the user flow is the second step of user experience. It is basically the business flow of an app. So uh, like download the app, uh, register and login and access the product catalog, and yeah, buy the product and consume the product. And after you have determined the user experience, you can continue by uh, making a user interface. So user interface basically typically contains of three steps, which are making wireframe, making a design system, and making a hi-fi design. So wireframe, let me Google it. So wireframe is ultra super simple design of an app. So as you can see, the image is reflected by an X rectangle, maybe you can say it, and the product is just the group of a group of rectangle. And then after you have made the wireframe, you can make a design system which will help you to make a hi-fi design. Design system is basically a system for designing an app that help you to make a consistent design. Like for example, you can see the color is consistent, the icon is consistent, and the font is consistent. And after you have determined the design system, you can start making a hi-fi. So a hi-fi, uh, so a hi-fi. Wait, why? Uh, so a hi-fi, basically a design of an app, but it is not a functional app. It is just a design because if we want to make a functional app that can be downloaded and can be used by people, we need to convert it to a code. So it is just a mock-up, you can say. It is just a design uh, that just a marketing aspect that you just can see, but you cannot access it or use it. So it is a hi-fi design. And after you have determined the user interface and finally you have completed the product requirements, and you can start to determine the project architecture. So what is project architecture? Architecture is basically because a software is an engineering discipline. A software also need an architecture. So it is basically what do you call it? Uh, project architecture is as uh, as um and a system to not a system an architecture to help developers to uh, determine uh, how the product uh, will be developed. Yeah, maybe you can say it. How the product will be developed, and then uh, first the platform. So normally a platform of a product, there is no best option of choosing a platform. Like uh, mobile app is not always the best, or website is not the best too, because because it depends on what kind of business the company provide. Like for example, um, Gojek. If Gojek only provide a website, it might be strange for the user because people need to order um, uh, people need to order a transportation by website. Like it's so strange. Why just can we order by phone that more convenient to user, that is uh, that people bring everywhere. But mobile app is also not always the best. For example, like admin dashboard, like to help people to make a financial report or customer data. It will be more convenient if it is built on top of website. So it is up to it depends on the business needs. And then the front end and back end. What is what are these things, front end and back end? So I will explain you front end and back end. Oh, I need to uh, access private window to, yeah, so I can log in from the start. Okay, so front end is basically a visualization of an app or website like this. Selamat datang and masuk dengan Google. It is the front end of the app. And so, what is the back end? If the front end is the interface or the visualization of the app or website, the back end is the functionality of the app. Say, for example, if I click this masuk dengan Google button, and I will redirect it to login with Google. So this is the backend. And if I input my email and my password, and I will be redirected to the logged in page. So the backend communicate with the server, hey, there is a logged in user. Okay, come here, come here. Okay, so that is the backend. And then what is the API then? So it sometimes confusing people between backend and API, but you can imagine backend and API as a slightly similar thing, because backend is basically an internal backend and API is basically an external backend. For example, if I go to shopee.co.id and I say I click this product and then I click sekarang, I click this. Oh, okay. So if I click checkout and Shopee, can I click this? Oh, sorry. Wait. Need to say I want to buy an electric guitar. Say this fake guitar. I buy this, and if I click checkout, so there are some options of payment methods, but the seller doesn't didn't enable these options. But yeah, there are many payment methods. So these payment methods are not provided by Shopee because it is an API. Because Shopee only focus on e-commerce things, not the payment things. The payment things are provided by API or external backend, which can be many from many companies that are exist now. For example, in Indonesia, we have Midtrans, and we have Oi Indonesia, and we have Zendit, and etc. In outside of Indonesia, we have Stripe, we have PayPal, yeah, many more. Okay, next, the state management and structure testing. I think it is quite too technical to explain. And CI/CD. So CI/CD is basically it stands for continuous integration and continuous deployment. It's basically a Google Drive for coding that help the developer to uh, integrate their software development iteration, because it is normal to have many bugs in an app. So the developer will use CI/CD to help them um, to uh, to to plan what bugs are need to solve, and etc. And it will help them. The CI/CD will help them to we will also help them to uh, automatically deploy the latest version of app to Play Store or App Store or hosting if it is website. Okay, I think that is for me. And yeah, today I just explained how the general process of making an app from idea to a real functional app. And the next 2 days, I will explain about the specific of ideating this mendekat. So I will fill this and change this um, these things like because it is still the what you call it, the placeholder or the template of my slide. Okay, next 2 days I will explain this from the start from this real world disease. Okay, thank you.